Hey guys, welcome to the video. I just want to set the stage of the property that I'm on today. This is a site of a colonial, a 1700s plantation. So you're going to see me digging in the woods, digging in open fields on that grassy lot where the plantation home itself stood a long time ago. This is an awesome site. There is Civil War activity here. There's activity on this property associated with this plantation and this property that's documented Revolutionary War, like very well documented Revolutionary War stuff. So what can be found here is awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, and this is not going to be the only time I'm going to be on this property because it's a lot of ground to cover. But anyhow, let's just get to the video. Let's see what we find. Okay, it's an iron signal. It's showing deep, so let's see what we got. Yeah, it's pretty deep. I'm using the new to me, the M8 coil, the 8-inch coil on the Manticore here. Super easy to swing. It makes the machine is extremely light to begin with, but with this coil, man, it just makes it that much lighter. And trying to swing in between debris and branches and all that kind of stuff, it's made it pretty nice. What the heck is that, man? It definitely has length to it. Here it comes. Holy crap, guys, it's a bayonet. Is that a bayonet? A bayonet is like a V channel. I think that's what it is. Holy crap. As you can hear, I'm trying to convince myself too. But it is. This is, I'm thinking this would be where it was connected to something, the attachment for the rifle, but I'm just trying to visualize this, where this back part connected to the part that went over the barrel and locked in place. But this is totally correct. It's shaped like a V. You can see that, if you can see that. Let's see if there's anything more to it. The way it sits, there should be more. If there's more to this, should be sitting right up this direction. Nope, I'm not feeling anything up in that direction on the pinpointer, and it should be, if there was more left to this, it would be right back in here. Mixed in here with all the other trash and all the other iron. So, gosh, that's just amazing. All right, guys, I'll look into this a little bit more. I'll see you at the next hole. Hey guys, so you see in the video there how excited I got. I thought this was a bayonet. So I've done a little bit more research. I posted photos of this online and got the input of some knowledgeable people. I think this is a file. Right here, it's tapered down at the end where a handle would have been, like a wooden handle. Now, a bayonet, common bayonets in the Civil War, they were more of a T. The metal was more in a T shaped. On the sides, it had grooves, which are called blood grooves. Now, when I dug this, pulled this thing out of the ground, it was so encrusted, more encrusted than it is now, that, look, man, it looked like a bayonet. You saw the video. But I wasn't 100% sure. Now that I have knocked off a bunch of the rust, I can see it's looking more and more like a file. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing through electrolysis. It should remove the rest of the rust. And I should be able to see like the grooves or the teeth marks of a file on this. So I'll keep you posted. I had someone comment saying that they had recovered a long time ago a Confederate bayonet that was actually a triangle, a solid triangle shaped bit of steel instead of the more of a T. But like I said, I think it's a file. Okay, I already kicked a little bit of brush out of the way, but got a deep 46. Right there. Okay, got it down there. Once again, let's see if we can scoop it out. I know it's not going to be like this all day scooping them out. It usually doesn't work that way. You usually got to go into the soup and feel for it. Jeez. Look at that. I got it out again. It's a bullet. What do we got? I think that's a Pritchett. Let's check this thing out. Is that a Pritchett, or do I see rings on it? I'll look at it when I get home. I almost see rings like right here. I could totally be wrong, but I'll just wait till I get home, let this thing dry out a little bit. But I almost see maybe 2 rings, but again, I don't know. Pretty bullet though. It's dropped, not deformed, so I'll take it. Let's go find some more. All right, so this is like a 63. 63 should be, or can be, it can be like a penny in that range. Or a spoon. Look at that. Oh, look at that, guys. That's awesome. Look at that. It's got something written in old script on the handle of this spoon. Oh, but look at that. What is that? A, E, C? Initials of some kind. Yeah, the old script on it. It's like an A and an H, or A, E. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's pretty darn cool. And then there's marks on the back of it, like a maker's mark. That's the kind of stuff you want to find in an old home site. So I'm going to keep moving. The Manticore is doing an awesome job of separating all of the trash. And by me just focusing on that 2D screen, I can just wait until a good target pops up in that one area. So, all right. On to the next. Hey guys, this is why I metal detect. It's saving pieces of history, learning things, holding them in your hands. This spoon right here, or at least the majority of it, it's missing the bowl. You don't normally come across things like this that tell such a story. There's so much of relics that we find that you're never going to know the whole story. Relics from wars, to find a piece that you can connect to a certain person usually doesn't happen. So here's the story. I want you guys to know about this spoon specifically. Now, I dug it, as you saw, on an old Colonial Plantation. It's very old, and you can see that on the tail of it right here is scribed AEH, the initials of the owner. And I believe this is a baby spoon. The history of baby spoons it's very common, especially in Europe, dating way back, to give as a gift, like a silver spoon or a piece of silver, a cup, or different things, most commonly spoons, to to a baby, and that was kind of a traditional thing, hoping that wealth and prosperity would continue to follow that child through their entire life. So they would give them little baby spoons. You guys have heard the phrase, born with a silver spoon in your mouth. It was also a symbol of standing or of wealth. In this case, AEH. Now, I'm going to protect the privacy of this person, this family, and this property, so I'm not going to give you the last name. But here's the deal. So I find this, and on the back I can see the maker's mark. And I researched the maker of this. It says Freeman, Norfolk, Virginia. Now it turns out Freeman, his name is Joseph Freeman. He was a pretty prominent silversmith in Virginia. He was born in 1806. He died in 1882. He had a long career of silversmithing, and you can still find his stuff today, and it's worth a lot of money. Now, he retired from silversmithing in 1871. He had several different businesses, or was in business with several different people throughout his career. So the maker's mark on his products changed throughout the year. Like when he died, or when he retired rather, he was in business with his son. So it would have said Freeman and Son. The fact that this just says Freeman, Norfolk, Virginia, it puts it in a certain time frame. Now, AEH. On this property, I knew that there is an old cemetery, and I say that loosely. Yes, it's an old cemetery, but it's in such disarray. A lot of the headstones are turned over or so old that you can't even read what's on them. So at the end of the day, I went to that cemetery area and I started looking at headstones, and I found hers. I'll put the picture up here, blur out the name, the last name, but she was born in 1833. And that date of 1833 lines up perfectly with the maker's mark on the back of this, which told me, based on the maker's mark, that this was made right around the time of her birth. So it fits perfectly. So to find this, and let me just tell you about this, a lot of silver or sterling silver, baby spoons or flatware. Now I say it's a baby spoon because it's got her initials on it. Now if this was flatware or silverware that belonged to a family, you would typically see the initial of the family, not her specific initials. It's also a smaller spoon. Now, sterling silver was not marked as sterling until after 1850. Prior to that, you didn't see it. What's also interesting is that this is not sterling silver. What this is coin silver. Coin silver is just that. Back in the early 1800s, colonial times before that, they just didn't readily have all of this silver in order to produce different pieces of silver. So the silversmiths, what they would literally do is they would melt down old silver Spanish coins or British coins to get their stock, and that's why they called it coin silver. It wasn't until 1859 when the Comstock lode in Virginia City, that big silver mine, was discovered. Before then, this country didn't have a real substantial silver mine, and it wasn't until after 1859 where things were, we had our own stock. A lot of this was shipped over from Europe. This is fascinating on so many different levels. I hope you find it interesting too. Normally you don't dig things where you can, let alone in the same day, where you can make connections to the actual person that owned it, walk up to their grave, find the maker's mark, find out everything about the maker. It just normally does not happen. Fascinating story, incredible experience, and I hope you enjoyed it.